Hello, everybody. Welcome back for episode 2 of our Minecraft survival series. Now, as I'm sure you can see in the background there, things have changed somewhat since our last episode. I have done some traveling and acquired 2 new wood types for our projects. You see the lovely, lovely spruce saplings in the background, as well as a couple of cherry blossom saplings. I don't know how much I'm going to use cherry blossom. It's a pretty wood, though. I'm sure we'll find a use for it. You can also see I've started to throw on some spruce details here. Not quite sure how I feel about these. I always see them in other people's videos. Maybe once the second floor is in, it'll look a little better, and I will feel less bad about it. You can also see that I've added a second farm and expanded the plot up here at the top. And little pink party boat. If we don't use cherry for anything else, we have our little pink party boat. Now, I am going to... I almost forgot to mention. So I also did some... Amidst my explorations, I noticed there were a bunch of holes in this mountain up here. And I just wanted to patch those before we started to build anything up here or started to think about planning what we're going to build up here. And in the midst of, lighting up all the interior spaces so it doesn't turn into a mob farm, which is ironic, because there's a literal mob farm inside this mountain. This is going to rock, having a source of experience directly inside the mountain. And what's my position here? 1054, negative 375. Actually going to see where that... Oh, Lord alive. I'm actually going to see where that is up here. 1054. Right here. Okay. That's not bad. It's actually already giving some thought as to how I'm going to utilize this space up here. I think the first thing we're going to build is a little fort object thingamabob with like a central tower and a courtyard that projects behind it, and have the gatehouse or the entrance be alongside the tower here, and have a protected walkway that leads down this way, maybe to, I don't know, the rest of the castle or another like little fort or something. I have plans within plans, part of which will eventually be terraforming this and covering it up. But anyway, I did some exploring off that way, and I found these new wood types and managed to raid a couple more sunken ships like last episode, which yielded me a treasure map, which didn't yield a terrible amount, but yielded 3 diamonds from a sunken ship. Now, I also managed to find another village, so if that one dries up, we can go and raid the other one, or build our iron farm just somewhere else so it's not near here. Or I can put the iron farm in here with the mob spawner. You never know. There's so many possibilities. Or I can build the mob spawner, and instead of raising up the mobs, drop a shaft and just have them fall instead of having to deal with a bubble elevator. Endless opportunities. Endless opportunities. Alright, let's get on with some building. I think actually watching me build is quite boring, so I'm going to break here, and I'll come back when I've reached a stage where I want to talk about it. Alright, so that took longer than I wanted it to, but I think it's starting to come together. You'll notice I did not do like the full size of the lower floor for the upper floor there. That was mostly because I am lazy. I definitely had the resources for it. But I think this looks pretty... Oh. That was rude. I think this looks pretty good so far. You can kind of see my vision here with the thatch. I had to harvest all these whole fields, and that was just to get that. So I'm going to have to harvest all of these fields like 3 more times. Um, although I've been able to replant, so hopefully it won't be quite that bad. Um, Getting some good use out of this bundle. I tell you what. Just That's the thing with bundles. Actually, it's kind of hard to move them around in a full inventory because I don't really want to do that. Well, yeah, okay. Once again, bad at the game. Yeah, but I think this is moving along splendidly. And I like where I've got the windows here. I'm not so sure I like this, where I've got these a window central and like that, completely even. Not so sure I like that, but we shall see. I won't change it immediately. I'll let it grow on me. What I will do immediately is sleep, because the night is dark and full of terrors, and I've died like 12 times in between the last episode and this one. I think what we're going to do for the rest of this episode is I'm going to engage in a little bit of area beautification while actually, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go unload my inventory. Oh, and one thing from the previous episode that I do want to apologize for is all the jumping. I did not realize I jump so much when I move in Minecraft. Like that right there. I'm going to try and stop doing that. If you guys could leave nasty comments for me to remind me that I should not jump constantly, because I'm going to give somebody motion sickness. Boom. Where's my arrows? They're there. Yeah. And also, something that I discovered is these things work from like an insane distance. I guess I always knew that. It's funny. Yeah, man. Oh, that was on me. That was on me. All right. Well, let's get fishing over. Gotta collect up all this spruce wood here. Then I'm gonna. Oh, nice. Then I'm gonna plant out some oak, so I can get some oak leaves, because I want to start adding foliage. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna beautify the way these crops are displayed. I guess not displayed. I'm just gonna pretty up my farms. Is what I'm gonna do. That'll help make this area a little nicer, a little more pleasant to gaze upon. And so we are not literally watching grass grow together, or trees, I should say. I will leave you once again and be back once I've got some leaves to work with. All right. That took a little longer than I thought it would, but I decided to go ahead and harvest the fields a couple of times so I could bring you guys back to this. Oh, this is a terrible angle to view that from. This. So happy with it. I was afraid it was going to be like too yellow and kind of weird, but golly, there's not really a great way to view the backside of the house, except from up here, I think. There we go. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. I like that a lot. Yep. That is a good one. So, I left the fields bare so we can get in here with all the leaves I collected, and here are the fruits of collecting the fields a few different times. Then get in here with all the leaves that I collected. Excuse me. And kind of pick out the shape that we want the field to follow. Now, I want it to be roughly square, so I think I'm going to have to do some minor terraforming here. But by square, I mean it's going to be like an angled rectangle. It's usually what I like to build my fields in the shape of. So what I do is let's get that. Trying to think in my head which, obviously it's got to angle this way. Alright, so I'm holding up a piece of paper right now. Alright, so the bottom is angled this way, which means the walls of it have to come out this way. Ooh. Almost lost that one forever. 3. Nice. Liking this. This does mean that some stuff that is presently field, like this, is just gonna not be field anymore, but that'll be fine. That'll be a-okay. Because the total area of the fields is still gonna go up. Here we go. 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we are. Nice. Just gonna have to grab some dirt. Some lovely dirt. Finest Sipsco dirt. Little reference there for all of you people whose knees hurt way sooner than they ought to. Let's see if we can't redo the water in here. No, this is going to cause all this to dry up, but I want to be able to make it semi-efficient, I guess? I don't know. Alright. So next what we're going to do is we're going to pop in an entrance here. Actually, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the hedge. Am I? No, I'm not. Because that's going to ruin the sight line of the actual crops. That was silly of me to do. Sorry, everybody. Man. I am keeping somewhat of a mind on not showing you guys every boring little detail, but at a certain point, the video would just be like jump cuts and me standing in front of things I've built, like, hey guys, this was took a little longer than I wanted to, but this is what I have done today so far. Now I just need to actually go get water. That'd be nice. But water. That's good water. Oh no. My unlit field. A zombie in my unlit field. How could this have happened? I don't even know what to think anymore. Bad game. Last episode I said game of the year at some point. Honestly, not even game of the week. Terrible design. Jeb, whoever you are, fix this. Notch, come back. We're sorry. Stop working on Minecraft 2. Just bring us home. Make Minecraft better. Stop letting me suffer from the consequences of my actions, please. Please. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. So, I think what I'm going to do is invest time, first off, in between episodes, in actually getting our mind in the... Golly. In actually getting our mind in the... Gracious alive. Die. Die. Go away. Shoo. Go away. There we go. And actually getting our mine set up so I can really get some good mining sessions in and get some valuable resources. Heck, I might even record a little down in the mines, even though digging a strip mine is probably one of the most soul-sucking, boring things you can do in Minecraft. But yeah, just invest some time in getting that set up, just so for going forward in future episodes, I have a steady supply of resources instead of having to stop for 20, 30 minutes every time I want to do something, and going and getting the cobble or the andesite or the iron or gold or whatever I need to go and finish it. Next up on my list of priorities, I think I want to actually get that in there set up, the mob farm, which I think will be pretty entertaining, watching me figure out how they function. Like, I know how they function, but every time I build one, I swear I forget something, or it just for some reason doesn't work. They changed the mechanics, and I didn't keep up with it enough because I'm a fake fan, and I forgot about it, and, you know, I will not learn from my mistakes. Already discussed this. And hopefully you guys watching me demonstrate just how little I actually do learn, attempt on attempt, might be pretty fun. And then I want to maybe build an iron farm after that. Possibly put it in the same hill, like I was saying a minute ago. We'll have a ready supply of zombies, so the only real difficulty would be snagging a village, or not a village, snagging like 3 of them and dragging them down into the depths. like mole people. Is that potatoes? Instantly forgot what I was doing. And maybe finding a dripstone cavern, or once I get some doors on, which should be shortly, a wandering trader will start to, or wandering traders will start to spawn in. Oh, lovely. Will start to spawn in. I didn't know this for the longest time, but it is related to doors. Which, fair. Makes sense. Why would they show up to someplace ain't even got doors? Safe to reason you don't have any money if you don't have doors. There we go. Oh, ain't that just lovely? That is fantastic. It's got my doors in. Need to get some glass for this. Steal some more of these bushes, because I want to use them to... See, this is where... I think azalea leaves are slightly lighter in color. So I think... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Love this. Ooh, that's good. I want to... Hey, get out of here. Didn't know that was possible. Okay, my bad. Oh. I'm an idiot. Alright. Yeah, didn't know that was possible. That's very cool. Glad I know about that now. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Love having these bushes kind of soften the outlines a little bit. They're a little too light, honestly, which is unfortunate. I would love it if they were Well, I mean, they're the same texture, or the same color as the grass, which is fair. I would love it if I had some lighter colored leaves. Like, I don't know. I think azalea leaves are lighter. I'm not 100% sure. I could be dead wrong. I know so little about this game, and I misremember so much. It's almost funny. With this fence gate, I will go ahead and call it here. We've achieved some good things today. Got the roof and the upper story onto the house. That's nice. Got the garden here all set up and ready to yield great amounts of taters and bread and whatnot in the future. Got to show off my heart, my soul, Little Pink Party Boat. Maybe that'll be the name of this episode. Last episode didn't really have a name, but Little Pink Party Boat has a has a good ring to it. I promise one day we will set sail in the Little Pink Party Boat and we shall acquire new resources. I gotta build a chicken farm with all these seeds. We shall acquire new resources and find new, fun, wonderful things to pillage and despoil. And if you would like to see that, I highly recommend subscribing. Not that it'll do you any good, other than, you know, a couple of Minecraft episodes a month or something. But it'll do me good. It'll do me good. I don't think you'll reap any direct benefit from that, but it'll make me happy. And come on, why not? Just come on, just a little button. Subscribe. Hit the bell icon or something. I don't know. Ooh, that is a great shot. That might be the thumbnail. All right. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see all of you next time.